What is going on, young man? I am the over 50 guy. Listen, on tonight's video, I want to talk to you guys about saving money, right? Yeah, I struggled my entire young life with saving money. I made a lot of it. I didn't have really any real discipline with money because I made so much of it. I was paid every week. So I always had a lot of money all the time, right? But what I found out as I got older, guys, is that there is a definite difference between looking like you have money and actually having money, right? Let me say that again. Looking like you have money and actually having money, two different things. Like I looked like I had money. I drove nice cars. I had nice clothes, that type of thing. I had nice jewelry. I had that in droves, but my bank account was empty, right? That, when I took young ladies out, I took them to nice restaurants. We ate good, drank good, that whole thing, but I had no money in the bank, right? And I would try. I would try to save money. And because I wasn't organized or disciplined with my money, I would always have to go back, get the money that I had saved to, put out some fire, rather it was some, them turning my stuff off, my lights or my gas. I forgot to pay the bill. Rather it was some emergency with my car. Whatever the case may have been, I'm constantly putting out fires, and that like really ran through what little savings I actually had. So one thing I learned later in life about money, and I've always known this, three things I can think of, go-getter, that will help you to save money. Number one, living below your means. My father said it best. If you make $20 an hour, you got to live like you make 10 and you will have money. If you make $20 an hour and you live like you make $20 an hour, or worse yet, you live over $20 an hour, you will never have money. That's just a fact. You have to learn to live below your means. Secondly, you need a budget. You need a budget. When I was younger, I never had one. You know why I never had one? I didn't think I needed one. I always had money. I always had, what do I need a budget for? I can pay my bills. You need a budget, young man, so you can see where your money is going. The first time I did that, I was shocked. I was shocked at how much money, because I'm thinking I make all of this money and I never have money. Why is that? And once I got a budget and I started seeing, the $3 at the carryout, $6 at McDonald's, $7 for cigarettes, this amount of money when you go to lunch, and this amount of money, for the bottle, and this amount of money, it just gets away from you. And if you don't have a budget, young man, you have no idea where it's going. So if you do nothing as far as saving money, you have to first find out where your money is even going. That's the budget piece, right? This last piece is probably the most important part. And I had heard it my entire life. My mother used to say it all the time. And by and large, I ignored it. And I didn't realize what a good tool or a good theory this was until much later in life. And it has made a tremendous difference in saving money. And let's be clear about this, guys. You're not going to save your way into wealth, right? That's not what savings is for. Investing is how you get wealthy. You're not going to save your way into wealth, but what you will do with a savings, and why it is so necessary and so important for you to have, is that you need an emergency fund of money. You need a stash of money somewhere just for life, just for stuff coming up in life. Your car goes bad. If you have a house, you need a repair on your house. If you have an apartment, to be able to, buy the stuff that you need you need something goes wrong with your job. They talk about this emergency fund being a month or 1 to 3 months worth of your living expenses. It's living expenses because something can go wrong with you. You get sick and you're not able to work. You get injured on your job. You're not able to work and you're not able to, and you run out of sick time. You run out of your annual leave, right? If you don't have anything saved up, man, and listen, that's a lot of people today. A lot of people my age are in that same situation. A check or two from the street, that living check to check, which many people do. It's just a matter of time. It's a matter of time before that catches up with you. So you need to have money saved in the event of emergencies, right? That's not a wealth thing. Now there are those that will say that, having money or having a lot of money saved, and if a good investment opportunity comes along, that you're in a position to jump on that, that's fine. But long before that happens, you're going to run into some type of an emergency where you're going to need some money. That's why the savings piece is so important. I had a buddy that I worked with. He was the older guy. We worked together on the same shift. We would go and get coffee and play lotto and that type of thing. And every day, hey, my man, let me get $5. I'll hit you back Friday. I'm good for it. We work at the same place. The next day, hey, man, let me get 20. I'll hit you back. And one day he said to me, you know what, man, I ain't giving you shit. I ain't giving you shit. You work at the same place I work at. How is it that you never have any money, right? So you ain't got to have money if you always getting it from me. So I ain't giving you nothing, right? So, that's the illustration, guys, of how, you can be making money but never have it, right? And then you are, people hate to see you coming because you always, borrowing money and that type of thing. This is why you absolutely need a savings, right? And you need to be disciplined in creating that. The main way that you can be disciplined in creating a savings, young man, and again, this got away from me for years. My mother preached it when I was younger, but I never listened. It is to pay yourself first. It is to pay yourself first. You know why most people can't afford to save money? Because they pay everybody first, and then they look and say, well, there's nothing left to save. Once I paid all of my bills and once I, go out and do my thing, what's left to save? They do it in the total wrong order, right? What has helped me immensely in creating and sustaining a savings for my money is that before anybody gets paid, no matter what I make, 20% of my net goes into a savings account. That's before anybody gets paid, right? And I will tell you, man, that by doing that, I've been able to amass a pretty decent savings. But you have to pay yourself first. If you do what I did for years, which is pay bills and pay every lottie-dottie and everybody, by the time you do that, there will not be enough for you to save. Just will not be, right? Another thing I did is my savings account is like I have a debit card in that with my checking account, right? That's what I pay bills with. That savings account, if you have a debit card with that, in other words, if you make it easy to access it, you'll go get it, right? I don't have any debit cards or anything associated with my savings, right? I put that into that 20% in, and if I have to go get it, I have to go get it. I just can't go stop at a machine, pop the card in and get money out. No, I have to physically go into the bank. So that makes it harder for me to just go and grab it, right? So yeah, if saving money is very important if you want to actually have money instead of just looking like you have money. You need to have money put away for emergencies, right? They say 1 to 3 months of all of your living expenses if you're out on your own. If you're still living at home, I do what Dave Ramsey says. Start off with $1,000. Start off just saving $1,000 and make that your first goal and then just kind of go from there. That's what I did, right? But it is the idea, men, of living below your means, having some type of budget, and paying yourself first, right? If you want to ever have a savings, if you want to ever have some emergency money put away for yourself, that's the way that it's going to happen. If you're living above your means, meaning that you'll never have money to save anyway, if you're not budgeting, meaning you don't know where your money is going, you won't have it anyway. And if you pay everybody first and then pay you last, you won't have it then either, right? So that's just some tips that I can give you guys about saving money, right? And having the discipline to do so. The discipline to do so is just simply living below your means and sticking to these principles, right? Sticking to the principle of, paying yourself first, sticking to the principle of budgeting your money so you know where it's going, right? But if you do what I did for years, just make money and spend it, you'll never have it, right? So listen, I hope that helps. Guys, I'm still doing the one-on-one coaching. That is available. I'm going to put my email in the subject line or in the description of this video. Reach out and put coaching in the subject line so I know that you want information on that, and I will get back to you ASAP. Still doing the lives at 11 o'clock on Sundays. That is an absolute blast. You guys need to tune in for that. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Turn on your bell notifications so you know when I am dropping other videos. All right. Listen, we'll be back with another one soon. I am the Over 50 Guy / the Online Dad.